Hello, everyone. It's Charlton, and apparently CNN has fired Marc Lamont Hill or severed his contract. I mean, he didn't. I think he was a paid contributor, probably a political commentator. Maybe he actually did work for CNN. He wasn't just a paid contributor. Maybe he was. So they have fired him, which is a pretty big deal. Must have been his career. He's done well. I remember when he started way back when on O'Reilly's show, mostly because he's from Philly, or at least he teaches in Philly at Temple University. I believe he still does. But he has been fired from CNN for a speech he gave at the UN today. I don't know why he was the person giving this speech, but it was about Palestine, and he used media. Apparently broke the story, even though and that's the source from CNN. And they have the clip of his speech that got him fired. He used a phrase that I wasn't even terribly familiar with. About Palestine, about a free Palestine from the river to the sea, which, according to this Mediaite article, is frequently used by Hamas and by pretty extreme elements of the Palestine, people. That basically, it sort of suggests that kind of phrase doesn't believe in an Israel, a state of Israel. Like there should be no Israel. Basically, because the river is the Jordan River that it's referring to, and from the river to the sea would mean like no Israel, basically all of it being Palestine. That's the implication, I believe. Fairly safe in believing that, and that after that immediately got major backlash from the Anti-Defamation League, and another, I think the young Israel, somebody. So Hill urged countries to boycott Israel in a speech on Wednesday, calling for a free Palestine from the river to the sea. His comment sparked an immediate backlash, with many noting from the river to the sea is a phrase used by Hamas and other anti-Israel terror groups. The phrase implies replacement of Israel by Palestine stretching from the Jordan River to the Mediterranean Sea. Though Hill disputes this characterization of his comments, but even when you read his tweets, that basically defending himself, saying he's not anti-Semitic, which very well may be, but he doesn't just flat out say, I believe in that Israel should exist, that there should be an Israel and a Palestine, two state, which I don't know. I think I talk about it like it's pretty much the norm, an Israel and a Palestine. I believe, I've always believed that that's like a two-state is what most people assume is a reasonable solution. Here, even his Lamont Hill's response by Twitter, basically defending himself and trying to clarify, or I don't know what he's doing here, but it's not. It didn't help, in my opinion. It seems like he made it even worse. Here he is saying, I support Palestinian freedom. I support the Palestinian self-determination. I am deeply critical of Israel policy and practice. I do not support anti-Semitism, killing Jewish people, or any of the other things attributed to my speech. I have spent my life fighting these things. That's saying I do not support killing Jewish people. I don't know, dude. Obviously it's, I don't know. Then he goes on to say, this isn't a case of throwing rocks and hiding hands. I genuinely believe in the arguments and principles that I shared in this speech. This isn't a case of throwing rocks and hiding hands. And I don't dislike Marc Lamont Hill, even though he's majorly progressive. I think he's very anti-Trump and stuff like that. But it seems to me that's exactly what it is. This isn't a case of throwing rocks and hiding hands. It's totally like projection going on there. So, basically he won't just flat out say that Israel has a right to exist. In one place here, he actually mentions the word Israel. But he just says it was a call for justice, both in Israel and in the West Bank, Gaza. So, and this is kind of what I was talking about earlier today, that people say things to increase their social media following. And it's a very powerful thing. It's a very lucrative thing, okay? 1 million Twitter followers, that has dollars attached to it, and other things, whatever it is, you can translate that into money. So, to basically go back and say things that might upset whatever audience that you've garnered for yourself, they don't want to do that, dude. And so, this is the new era we're in, where there's no retreat whatsoever. But, he just won't flat out say it. Just say, does Israel have a right to exist, and so forth. And, yeah. So the clip is actually... here's the whole speech. I thought I had it up here. I did. It's right here. And it's at the very end, so I can just go right to the end. And that should be about it right there. Let's watch that.
And we began to build and struggle and organize together. That spirit of solidarity, a solidarity that is bound up not just in ideology, but in action, is the way out. So as we stand here on the 70th anniversary of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights and the tragic commemoration of the Nakba, we have an opportunity to not just offer solidarity in words, but to commit to political action, grassroots action, local action, and international action that will give us what justice requires. And that is a free Palestine from the river to the sea. Thank you for your time.
Well, that last phrase there, from the river to the sea, that got him fired. And that is the story there, man. It is. You can see it is getting more and more normalized. This sort of some of this talk. It doesn't mean people can't have an opinion, but you're just seeing it more and more. Where boycotting Jewish businesses and stuff like that. I think it's a bad thing. I think it's a little troublesome. It is to me. And that is the story there. Thanks for watching my videos. Please subscribe to my channel. Give me a like down below. And I'll see you in the next video. Later, man.